Hi, Patric here, and in today's training, we're going to base on the best-selling book called Clicking Cash, which is the book that I co-author with New York Times best-selling author Robert G. Allen. Now, in Clicking Cash, we teach about how to make money on the internet, or how to generate income from thin air by focusing on information, infopreneuring on the internet. There are many chapters here, and I'm going to take one specific part of the book to share with you for today, called Using Words to Sell Online. And in this particular part, which is about 2 pages, I'm going to update with some of the new tactics that can be applied in today's time. So basically, the lesson that I'm teaching here is how to write a sales copy, the summary of writing a copy to get someone to buy from you on the internet, right? And I'm not going to spend the time to read, but I'm just going to summarize to you how to sell by using words online. So in your sales letter, the 5 key formulas that you got to have is, the first one is the benefits. Basically, when someone is reading your sales copy, you got to have the benefits for them. Not the features, but the benefits, like what they will get if they buy your product. So in that context, just think it this way. Let's say if you're selling a course about, or an ebook about how to lose weight, right? It's not teaching them about how to do that, but focus on the benefits. If they are able to lose weight, what would they actually get? Is it that they are healthier? Is it that they become more attractive? And so on. What would they actually get in terms of the benefits? The second point here is that there must be proof that the product works. So in your sales copy, like when someone goes to your webpage and read the sales copy that you're trying to promote your product, you got to add the elements where it has a proof that your products work. So the proof could come from your own success results, which is it's much more easier because you just need to get results before you teach, which is obviously something that you have to do anyway. The second way of proof is proof of others who have used your product and get the results that your prospect wants to achieve just like that. And the third key point is that your copy, your sales copy, must be believable. So what do I mean by believable? So let's say, let's go back to the same point of, let's say your product teach someone how to lose weight, right? Now if you say that, I'm going to show you how to lose weight in 24 hours and you can lose 5 kg or you can become like super slim and so on. Now that's not really believable. That's more towards a hype copy. Hype means that you're hyping it up, like you're making claims and so on. Now, when someone reads your copy, the point I'm trying to teach you here is that although you're going to focus on the benefits, but it has to be believable. Something that people can actually achieve. Like for instance, in my training program, and I'm in the niche of teaching people how to build an online business and how to achieve freedom. And in my teaching, I have this concept called outsell your paycheck, where the first thing that I do with my clients is to share with them, to teach them the formula, how they can generate enough income to match their current salary. And that's like the first thing that we do. And once you have achieved that, then only we go for the next phase. The second phase is a 10K phase, which means how to generate 10K US dollar per month. So we don't just go and say, hey, you know, let's go and make 100K per month, which is, of course, that is the ultimate goal that I want my clients to achieve. But the first stage is like, you know, how can you make as much as your current income in X duration of time? And the X duration of time will highly be dependable on my client's effort and their resources and so on. So remember that your copy has to be believable. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Nobody's going to buy your product if you just tell them all these good benefits, but to them, when they see that, they read it, they say that, hey, you know what? I don't think that's even possible at where I am at this stage. And the fourth one is that make your offer risk-free. If you're selling online, your prospect don't really know who you are. So how can you make it to be risk-free for them? Right? So like for instance, if you're selling a product, whether it's a physical product, let's say you're selling clothing, right? So let's say you're selling a jacket. Now, they haven't tried the jacket yet. They're not too sure whether they'll look good in the jacket or not. So one of the way how you remove the risk. It's telling them, hey, if you buy the jacket, if you don't like, you can ship it back to us and we'll give you back your money. Of course, it has to be shipped in the perfect condition, the labels is all there and so on. So that is just an example of how you provide an offer that is risk-free. And the last one, the last part of your sales copy is this, is that get them to take action by adding more bonuses or create scarcity towards your offer. So more bonuses means this. Let's say when they, for instance, let's say if I'm selling Click in Cash, I could say that, hey, if you buy Click in Cash book, you will also get the digital training of Click in Cash, the digital training of how to start blogging, to make part-time income, and so on. So there must be additional bonuses to make someone say, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go for it because it's a good deal. So if you don't have bonuses, they may see that, hey, you know, this is a good book, but I'm just thinking about it. I'm not too sure that it's money for value, value for money, whatever terms that you call it. So what is the additional bonuses that you can offer to them? Now, if your product have true scarcity means that the products can truly run out of units. Like for instance, when I sell, say, a coaching program, right? I can say that, hey, you know, we only have like 50 spots, that is the truth. That, you know, after 50 spots is taken, I'm not coaching anyone anymore. Or it could be, say, like a workshop, we're gonna have just 50 seats, and if it's full, then you cannot get in anymore. So when you have a call to action, when you want to ask someone to take action, it's suggested that you can either add bonuses, which basically increase the value. This is more towards pleasure, or you can do a takeaway where you add scarcity, and the scarcity will be geared towards pain, because people are motivated either from pleasure that they seek or the pain they're trying to move away from, right? So you can use one of those to create urgency for them. So that's what I've covered in the book. Now I know what I've just shared with you is much more elaborated than just 2 pages of content. That is why I'm doing this training. I just want to add in more content towards all of my best-selling books. And speaking of additional content, so how could we apply the same formula here in today's time? So what I've teach here is more towards the written copy, the sales copy to get someone to buy your products. Now in today's time, the up-to-date strategy is to use what we call a video sales letter. A video sales letter, short for VSL, is basically turning all your text copy, like your sales, your written copy, into a video to present to someone. Now, this video will be like, lack of a better word, will be like a salesperson. Imagine this, when you're doing a VSL, it's like your prospects in front of you. How would you be sharing your product to that person in order to help that person to make the right decision of acquiring or buying your product, right? So how do you get started with VSL? You can still use the same formula, sure, if you, it has to be benefit driven, benefit focused, and all the formulas still apply. But the additional thing that you have to add in the VSL is this. In the beginning of the video, it has to be engaging enough, because when they see that, it has to be something that gets them wanting to continue watching the video itself. So the first part, the so-called headline, is critical. So how do you start with a headline? The headline could start in any of these methods that I've tested and the one that I use. I mean, there are many other ways how you can start with a VSL. One is that it makes an announcement. It makes a so-called claim. Not, again, it has to be believable, not some crazy claim, right? Like a big headline, like if you want to fill in the blank, then watch this video, that kind of concept. And if you want to lose weight within the next 4 weeks, then watch this video, or similar to that, right? So it has to be benefit driven and get them interested to know more. The other type is to start with a story, right? Like how you actually get into the solution. Like how do you actually start thinking of how you wanted to do this product, why you want to sell this product, and so on. Now the story part can be a bit tricky if you are a so-called beginner. So the other type of headline that you can engage them is a curiosity driven headline, which means that when they see the video, the first opening is to create a curiosity for them to know more. For instance, it could be like, let's take the same niche of weight loss, right? Or how to get sleep. So it could be would you want to know how a simple natural ingredient can make you to lose weight within the next 4 weeks without doing any additional exercise? Again, I'm just making this up, right? It doesn't have to be that. And is that a good headline? No, I'm not saying that's a good headline, but I just want to express to you an example to create curiosity. And if that video, that opening reached the right audience, they want to know, hey, you know, how? I mean, what is the secret ingredient? And how can you achieve that without exercising more? Because exercising more, workout will be the conventional way of how you keep fit, you lose weight, and so on. Now, does that formula exist? I have no clue. Again, I'm just giving an example in terms of marketing perspective. With me so far? Good. But the key thing, I wouldn't use the word the key thing, but one of the things that makes a VSL different than a sales copy is that you must be able to integrate storytelling in the VSL. So remember the 5 formula I shared with you? It's almost the same structure, right? You start with benefit and so on, and you end with a call to action. But in between that, at the intro, in the beginning, after you share about the benefits, you got to have what we call a story to tell. Why? Because it's a video. And a video is like you in front of someone, and the best way to share your offer is none other than to tell a good story that leads back into your product to offer to them. So the story could be your own story, a story of someone who achieved success, a story of a particular problem, and so on. Alright, so that is a VSL and the sales copy. But what is the best method in terms of selling your product in today's time? So what I use, my favorite is a hybrid. A hybrid means that I combine the sales copy and also the VSL together. So when they land on a web page, they will see a VSL, the video that promote the offer, right? So it could be almost the same copy, as in like the script, almost the same script as the text copy, the sales copy, but it's in a video form. Now, why this work incredibly well? Because everyone have several different types of modality. So some people are auditory, they listen better. Some are visual, they need to read, they need to watch. Some are more towards like feeling, emotional, and so on. So a video will be able to touch on the auditory and also the emotional part. Why? Because there's tonality in terms of a video, and then they see a video. So that's the advantage that you have. So you can hit on different modality, and your audience, they have different modalities. Some of them are very visual person, right? They have to see. They like to go things fast, and then the auditory, they need to listen in order for them to make the right decision and so on. So let me recap again. A video at the top, and then the sales copy for the rest. Now the question is that, is the sales copy and the video script the same? It can be the same, but in my case usually it's a bit different. But the points from the sales copy are inside the script. Or I could have most of the sales copy inside the video itself, and then the sales copy is like a summary of the offer, right? So it's a hybrid way of selling online in that sense. So there you have it for today's training based on Kicking Cash. We will have more training based on my best-selling books. And if you like this video, just let me know. Just like, leave comment, and of course share with those people who you think will benefit in terms of selling online more effectively. Alright, that's it. It's Patric here. I will see you one day in the future.